Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're seeing here is one of those blockbuster moves that could really shake up the NFC North. It's not just about a player swap. It's about strategic positioning, cap relief, and a clear statement from the Detroit Lions, who are making a bold move despite their 5-2 record and a defense that's been, let's face it, just okay, averaging around 20 points allowed per game. The Lions are trading away Aiden Hutchinson, a player who's rapidly become one of the most explosive pass rushers in the league, and they're doing it for a second-round pick in 2026. That's right, a second-rounder. Now, why would Detroit do that? Well, cap space, folks. They're freeing up around $11 million in cap relief, which is huge for them, especially as they look to bolster their roster, specifically their secondary and offensive weapons. They're aiming for more flexibility to chase those playoff and Super Bowl ambitions, and this move signals that they're willing to make big sacrifices to stay competitive. But that's where it gets really interesting for us Bears fans. The Chicago Bears, sitting at 3-4 but already showing flashes of potential, are also making moves to strengthen their front line. They've got around $8 million in cap space, which isn't a huge fortune but enough to make strategic acquisitions. Their focus is on boosting their pass rush, especially considering their recent struggles with sacks, ranking 17th in the league with just about 2-3 sacks per game. The pass rush has been a bit tired, a bit fatigued, and with players like Booker dealing with shoulder issues that are questionable for upcoming games, the Bears know they need someone explosive to turn things around. That's where a player like Chase Young or another impactful edge rusher comes into play. But the big story here is that they're actively seeking to add depth and explosiveness to their rotation. Now, let's talk about the impact of this Lions trade, because it's not just about the pick and cap space. It's about what Hutchinson brings to the field. This guy, a two-time Pro Bowler from Michigan, has been a sack dynamo since he entered the league. In just his second season, he's already accumulated a total of 35 sacks and 180 pressures, making him one of the most disruptive defensive players in the league. His PFF grade for 2025 is a stunning 91.5, putting him comfortably in the top 5 among edge rushers. If you remember week 4 this year, Hutchinson had a dominant performance against the Vikings, racking up 5 sacks. That kind of explosiveness is exactly what the Lions are losing in this trade, and it's a huge blow for Detroit's pass rush. Hutchinson's technique and power, he's 6'7", 265 pounds, make him a nightmare to block. His win rate sits at 23%, EPA per rush at -0.40, and he's got 10 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, and a technique grade of 93. This guy is a game wrecker when healthy. And speaking of health, Hutchinson has had his share of injuries, notably a knee issue in 2024 that kept him out for 2 games. But when he's on the field, he's a difference maker. His ability to generate pressure and sacks has been compared favorably to some of the league's best. It's no wonder that other teams are eyeing him as a top-tier edge, especially given how his 2025 stats compare to others like Micah Parsons, who has been boosted by the Dallas Cowboys' defensive schemes. Hutchinson's size, explosiveness, and technique, rated 93 in that category, make him a prime candidate for a double-digit sack season if he stays healthy. Now, this trade isn't just about losing Hutchinson and gaining a pick. It's about what it signals for the Lions and the Bears. Detroit, by trading away Hutchinson, is actually gaining cap relief of around $11 million, which they can reinvest in their roster. They've also freed up a significant amount of space for future moves, especially as they look to extend their core players or bring in new talent. The Lions are motivated by a cap crunch of roughly $7 million for 2026, so this move makes sense financially. They're also banking on the younger defensive line, which has shown promise but needs that extra push to reach elite status. For the Bears, the emphasis is on immediate impact. They're currently ranked 17th in sacks but want to climb into the top 5. Adding a player like Chase Young or another explosive edge would be a game changer, especially for their rotation. Remember, Chicago's defense has been solid but not spectacular, and improving their pass rush could be the key to turning more of those close games into wins. The Bears' secondary has been giving up too many big plays, and with a more aggressive pass rush, they can buy their secondary that extra half-second to make plays on the ball. This is crucial because it could lead to more turnovers, more forced errors, and an overall more disruptive defense. Let's also consider the strategic implications of this move. The Lions, by trading Hutchinson, are essentially admitting that they need to make some tough choices to stay cap-compliant and flexible. It's a calculated move that indicates they're not just content with their 5-2 record but aiming higher. They want to keep their defense competitive, and they see this as a way to get additional draft capital and cap space. Meanwhile, the Bears are looking to capitalize on this division rivalry by bolstering their front seven, an area that has been a work in progress since the start of the season. Improving their pass rush could be the final piece to unlock the full potential of their defense. Now, let's talk about the projected impact. Experts are estimating that Hutchinson's presence on the field has a plus 21% increase in pressures, which could translate to roughly 13 sacks over the course of the season if he stays healthy. That's a significant boost for any defense. If Chicago manages to bring in an explosive pass rusher, it could push their defensive ranking from 14th to the top 5 in the league. Imagine a defense that not only pressures the quarterback more, but also forces mistakes and creates turnovers. This could be the spark that ignites their entire team and pushes them into playoff contention. Looking ahead, this move has big implications for the upcoming Super Bowl LX. The Bears' odds of winning could see a notable shift, going from plus 4,000 earlier in the season to around plus 1,900 if they successfully bolster their front. Hutchinson, in particular, becomes a key X-factor in their playoff run, especially if they face divisional rivals like the Lions. His ability to disrupt the Lions' offense could be the difference-maker in crucial matchups, especially in the postseason. His explosiveness and technique could elevate the Bears' pass rush to a new level, making them more competitive against top-tier offenses in the NFL. And finally, I want to leave you with a big-picture view. This trade, while seemingly a simple player swap, actually signals a shift in the division's power dynamics. The Lions are investing in cap relief and youth, while the Bears are making bold moves to improve their immediate frontline talent. It's reminiscent of the legendary '85 Bears era, mixing explosive edge rushing with a solid, disciplined defense that can dominate the line of scrimmage. If Chicago can integrate a player like Chase Young or another impactful edge into their rotation, they're not just aiming to compete. They're positioning themselves to challenge for the division and make a serious push in the playoffs. So, Bears fans, what do you think about this move? Are you excited about the potential upgrade on your front line? Do you see this as the beginning of a new era, or are there still questions about how well this defense can gel? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This is a pivotal moment for the franchise, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching, and as always, bear down.